TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. Hello, welcome to the TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. This episode is going to be about rookies coming into the year. I'm going to do my top 5 quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. To have fantasy value, rookies need opportunity, and I'm not looking forward as, these rookies that I bring up aren't going to be like 5 years from now, this guy's going to, I'm talking about this year right now. That's it. So you can, I'll explain everything, what I think, and you might think I'm a little batty. Batty. And you might think this guy's just a freaking asshole, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Go later for you, fathead.
But either way, take it however you want. But these are my top 5 quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. Here we go. So 2 years ago, I don't know how many people, I think a lot of people did, some people watched. Rookies coming into the league, when doing quarterbacks, I go to one of my favorite coaches. I go to the Bill Parcells Rules for Drafting a Quarterback. And this website did it for the 2019 class, so I'm going to show you all 5 as applied by the rules set by Bill Parcells. So number 5. Here we go. Brett Rippon. Going to the Broncos. Let's look at the stats. We'll look at the Parcells stats, what he likes. 3 years as a starter. Yep. 4. Is he a senior? Yep. Did he graduate? Yep. Did he start 30 games? Yep. Did he win 23? Yep. TD interception ratio 2-1. Yep. And a quarterback and a completion percentage over 64. Yep. Now, why is he number 5? He didn't even get drafted. He was a free agent, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he got drafted. But he's going to Denver. Now, in Denver, it looks like Flacco's going to be the starter, but he's been injured the last couple years. The reason I have him number 5 is because he could get an opportunity if, let's say, Flacco goes down, week 4, week 5, and then they're probably going to bring Locke in first, unless he outplays him during mini camps and everything, or Locke gets hurt. He's going to be the backup, or he'll be the second guy. So they have 2 rookies back there, and if Locke drops the ball, his uncle was Mark Rippon, if everyone remembers in the 80s, all those, he won a Super Bowl. And it's good to have that kind of guy to go and talk to about this stuff. Even though it's a different league nowadays, he was a quarterback back then, and he was pretty good. He won a Super Bowl. So he's my number 5 just due to the possibility he could get in there this year. And I think he will. I think you might see him in there a few games. And if he comes in there and he's mature, doesn't give the ball up, and they win, he could be somebody that could produce a little bit. I don't think he's a running quarterback. He's more of a throwing quarterback. But they picked up that tight end in the first round. They have Sutton from last year. They still have Sanders. So he's got some guys to play with. Got a running game. So who knows? But he's my number 5 rookie to watch this year coming up. Number 4. Oh, and he's 7 for 7. 7 for 7 criteria he met. Gotta like Parcells. The next guy on my list, Bathead, Ryan Finley from Cincinnati. I think he was a 4th round pick. If anything, like I said, it's all about opportunity. And Andy Dalton, you got a new regime coming in. They drafted this guy. If anything happens to Dalton, they start losing. You could see him in there. Let's look how he works on the Parcells thing. 3-year starter, yes. 30 games, yes. 23, yes. 2-1, just over 2-1. Completion percentage, 64%, 7 for 7. I love that. So he's my number 4. If something goes down, if they don't start winning, I could see this guy coming in maybe, if they start out like 1-7 or 2-6 or something like that. Or if Dalton gets hurt, I can see him coming in. They have players over there: AJ Green, the running back, the fast kid Ross. Tight end a little shaky over there, but he could get in there. And he could, I'm not saying draft these guys, but keep an eye on them. Let's look at number 3. And number 3, of course, if I put Rippon on here, I got to put this guy on here. He's ahead of him. So Drew Lock, 3-year starter, yes. Senior, yes. Graduate, yes. 30 games, yes. Did he win 23? No. The first time we got somebody who does not take off the yes box for Parcells. TD interception, 99-39, pretty good. He can't. Not accurate. Not accurate. 56.9% in college. You're supposed to be, in the 60s at least, if not the 70s. Yeah, that could be what gets if something were to happen to Flacco, which has been happening the last 2 years. Christ, he's in a new spot because he got hurt last year, and they put the new kid in. The new kid won. See you later, buddy. So if he comes in, starts throwing balls in the dirt, shows his accuracy. He's got to work on his accuracy a little bit, which is a hard thing to work on. It's one of those things you kind of have it or you don't. You can work on your footwork and stuff like that, but I don't know. This kid, I think. Well, we'll see what happens, but he's probably going to be ahead of Rippon on the depth chart. He hits 5 of 7 criteria, so that's that. I don't know what else you want from me. All right, number 2. Now we're starting getting into guys who are going to have opportunities early. Number 2 is going to be Dwayne Haskins. 3-year starter, no, he just started that 1 year last year. He's not a senior. He didn't graduate. Didn't start 30 games. Didn't win 23. Did throw a lot of touchdowns as compared to picks, and he hit 70% of his passes. So hits 2 of 7. He was first round pick. Who else is out there in Washington? Find me another. Who else? I don't even know who the other quarterbacks in Washington are. So you can see him start. You're probably gonna see him start in week 1. Unless something happens, something weird, which I don't know. They went and got this guy. They could throw him in there week 1 unless they pick somebody up that comes in to give him a little more rest, so we don't have to bring him in week 1. Maybe we bring him in like week 6 or 7. Someone just to hold down the fort. Maybe see if they can pull some wins out of this guy. I forget who the backup is, but he's getting in. If he doesn't start week 1, he's going to start. Yeah, he's going to start this year. You know it. So he does. The opportunities which going to make him score points in fantasy. But the thing is, he's not a runner. He's a thrower. So even though he's going to get opportunity, who the hell is he thrown to over there? They don't really have much in terms of they got the tight end who's always hurt. Who'd they pick up? Who's the wide receiver? That one guy, Doxson, he's still there? They keep waiting for that guy to show up. I don't know, another wasted draft pick. But he'll get opportunity. I don't know, how quickly he's going to be able to pick it up. He hit 70%. He looks pretty accurate, but who knows? So that's number 2. And number 1, of course, Kyler Murray. He's going to be in there immediately. Let's look at the Parcells criteria. No. Yes, he did hit that, and yes, he did hit touchdown interception 2-1, and yes, he did complete over 60% of his passes. He hit 2 of 7, but the thing that's going to get him, and I think he could be top 15 because he runs, and they're going to be throwing the ball all over the place, and he is coming to a system that he knows. So watch out for Kyler Murray. People are going to draft him, and he's kind of one of those boomer bust guys because they do. He's got Fitzy and he's got Johnson in the backfield. Dump off pass. And I think this, with his running, and if he, takes control of the offense and, knows when to dump it off and plays smart, he could be top 15 guy. Maybe even better. Who knows? But that's it. Top 5 quarterbacks. Let's get into running backs now. So as for running backs, we do from 5 to 1. Number 5 is Miles Sanders from the Eagles. They like to use running backs. They dump it off the running backs. He's no Saquon, but he's pretty good. I think he'll get some run in. You got the guy from the Bears who came in, Howard. He's a running back. He doesn't catch a lot of balls. He can catch, but he doesn't catch a lot. You've got Smallwood. You've got Clement, and you've got this kid. They draft him for a reason. I think he's going to get a shot, and I think he could have some value. He's going to get drafted, most likely probably later, but especially in the area I live in. But he's a top 5. Next, Alexander Madison, the guy from the Vikings. What's his face can't stay healthy. The main guy, I've had him 2 years. Did I take him 2 years? I took him last year because the year before, if you look at my running games from the year before, 2 years ago when they made it to the NFC Championship, the Vikings ran the ball the second most times in the league. And then last year they brought in DeFilippo from the Eagles. He wanted to throw the ball all over the place. And then the running back didn't get any run. And then when they realized that this team should be better, and we're only like 500, they told him to get lost. And then they started running the ball more. So I think that's going to be the way they're going to go back to that this year. And why can't I remember his name? Whatever. The main guy's name, Dalvin Cook. He gets hurt too much. He was hurt, and he gets like these little. Ow! I hurt my pinky toe. I'm out 9 weeks. Like, what are you doing? So I think this kid has a good chance. I really like him. If history goes the way it's went last year and the year before, I think he has a chance to really make an impact. Number 3, Devin Singletary. I like him because the guys behind him are 500 years old. Come on. You got to give the rookie a chance. Young kid, fresh legs, get him in there. And he can catch the ball, too, from what I've read. And you got Frank Gore in there. Okay, he's as much as I respect Frank Gore, he's been doing this for 50 years. Come on. At some point. And you got McCoy in there. He's going to be the lead guy. He's another guy, gets injured. Frank Gore, not so much, but I think Devin Singletary has a chance. If he goes in there and just takes over, it's going to be hard to get rid of him. Any of these guys are, Frank Gore and LaShawn McCoy are going to help you win 12 games? No. But you give the kid a shot. You get a young quarterback. See what happens. I like Devin Singletary as my number 3. Number 2, I really like this guy. It was a tough choice between him and number 1 because I think this kid is the goods. I think he's going to be the main running back there. The little Cohen, he's a little guy. Look over the last couple of years. He catches plenty of balls. He makes big plays, but he's not going to carry the ball 20 times. He's going to catch the ball probably, more than he's going to be involved in the pass. Let's put it this way: he'll be involved more in the passing game than the running game. I think he does get carries, but he's not a bell cow. This guy, they're going to look, all right, Jordan Howard too, and you can catch the ball. Get in there, buddy. So I like this guy. I like Montgomery's number 2. I really like him. He's definitely going to get drafted. Don't know where. But my number 1, of course, is the first running back taken, Josh Jacobs. There he is. He's got good size. He's going to a team with a really good – I've heard good things about Terrell Williams, and they have Antonio Brown. If everybody buys in, this kid could be in the main spot to be the main running back for a pretty good offense. And they're going to give him the ball all the time. I mean, you've seen that. Everybody's seen that play where he just ran over that guy in college. So this guy is my number 1. It was a tough choice between him and Montgomery, but I'm going to give it to him because I think he's assured to be here, the number 1 running back, and we're going to run with you. And Gruden likes to run the ball. His running backs in fantasy usually do well. So that's our top 5 running backs. We're going to do wide receivers, and then we're going to get into my little rant. Okay, let's get into the top 5 wide receivers for this year. We'll go through this pretty quick. Number 5, Riley Ridley. For the Bears, 4th-round pick, the Bears wide receiver, you have an up-and-coming quarterback, and they have a wide receiver core that is all over the place. Okay, you got Allen Robinson, you got Anthony Miller, who played pretty well, but it's still up for grabs. This kid could be the kind of kid who comes in and, gets 60, 70 balls for 1,000 yards, maybe. I'm not saying you will, but you have a quarterback who's ascending, and whoever he likes is going to be the guy who, gets the throws. Whoever he trusts is going to be the guy who gets the throws. His brother, pretty good. Had a pretty good rookie year last year. Maybe this kid can do the same. He's going to get some tips from his brother. We'll see what happens. That's number 5. Number 4, DK Metcalf. You look at this kid on tape, and he's just a monster out there. Some of those catches, grabbing the catches, running away from guys. I'm not going to call him Randy Moss because he's not Randy Moss. There's only one Randy Moss. He was another one of my favorite wide receivers. Grabbed him when he was a rookie. That was nice. He's huge. Got a great catch radius. Got the speed. They don't have, who do they have? Tyler Lockett. You got a good quarterback over there. 2nd-round pick they spent on him. They want to use him. I like DK Metcalf as number 4. Could make some noises here. I'll say that. That's it. Number 3, Nicole Hardman. Chiefs spent a 2nd-round pick on this guy to replace Tyreek Hill. Now, he's not Tyreek Hill. I know that. But I am going to say that the position that he's taking over, which I'm assuming they're just going to, just supplant him there. Now, he's a rookie, so he's not going to get all of the plays, I guess, maybe. Maybe they will. I don't know. Just run him like they ran Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek Hill had he was a top 3. I'm pretty sure he was a top 3 or 4 wide receiver last year. I could be wrong on that, but he had some gigantic games. 3 touchdowns against the Patriots last year. Another couple games with a couple touchdowns, bombs. Caught a lot of yards, caught a lot of touchdowns. He had a good year, and this kid replacing him has a chance to make a big bang this year, especially with Mahomes out there. And other guys around him to take the pressure off. Not like they're going to be double teaming this kid too much. All right, that's number 3. Number 2, Deebo Samuel. Everybody loves this kid. I think just because of the opportunity, 2nd-round pick, top of the 2nd round, they went out and grabbed this kid. They drafted a couple other guys. They're not on my list, so I really don't care. They could make some noise though, but I'm gonna go with this kid because he was the high pick. They like this kid. He looks good. I've seen the tape. Tape looks okay. You got a good. If the quarterback can stay healthy, this kid could be pretty good. And number 1, not that you guys knew, Paris Campbell. I really like this kid. They seem to love him over there in Indianapolis. The coach almost had a freaking orgasm talking about him. He's already getting run with the starters. I like this kid. This kid's gonna get drafted. He's one of those guys that I would jump up and get before anybody else does. He's my number 1 wide receiver on here. I'm probably going to be looking at this guy really hard. And that's my wide receivers for this year. That's it for that. So last night, the Deadwood movie came on. I don't know how many people out there watched Deadwood. Deadwood was around about mid-2000s, something like that. But that was one of the best shows on TV. If you haven't seen it, go to Netflix or whatever. Go to HBO.com. I don't know if you can get HBO shows on Netflix. I'm not sure. Either way, find HBO Go or HBO Now. They should have it. They're probably showing it on HBO On Demand. There's 3 seasons. They tossed it because it was too expensive to make. Rome was another one of those kinds of shows. There's period pieces they just take. They cost too much money. At least that's what they say. I mean, I don't know why they would have shut it off because it was a good show. People watched it. I can't see, it wasn't viewership. Rome too. Rome the same way. But Deadwood was one of my favorite shows. And last night they did a movie. It was based 10 years later from where the last episode ended. The way they ended it, not as bad as Game of Thrones, but it was okay. They left some things out there, some questions. But if you have not watched it, go watch it. It takes about 3 or 4 episodes. They do character development, and you have to start. Yeah, you have to go through a few episodes of learning how they talk. It's really a great writer. I think the guy's name is David Milch. The guy who wrote it. He wrote the movie that came out last night. He writes these period pieces pretty good. So it was pretty good. All the old characters are back. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but it was pretty good. I would recommend you watch the series, or you watch the movie, and then if that gets you interested, go watch the series. You'll understand what's going on a little better. Most of the people came back. Very good. I highly recommend it. Because it was basically just the ending they should have had 12, 13 years or whenever the show was out. The ending they should have had more recently than now. I guess they were all started doing, what's-his-face, the main guy did Justified after that. And, I guess they just went their separate ways. But they came back for one more paycheck, and it was pretty good. So I would recommend it. Go watch it. And if you're interested, go find the series and go watch that. It was a great series, and the movie was pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. Like I said, some things happen. If you're familiar with the show, I'm not going to tell you what happens. But, go watch it. Very good. So that's it for the show. We're going to be coming back. We're getting closer to the season, so we're going to the next 2 videos are going to be book reviews. I actually had people looking at the book reviews I did last year. I was very surprised when I came back after my hiatus. But we're going to be doing that within the next, probably in June. It's June now, so within the next month. All right, that's the deal. I'll see you guys later. Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.